The penthouse is silent. Not peaceful. Silent. The kind of silence that comes when fear holds its breath. She stands at the window, 22 years old, barefoot on cold marble, wearing a dress she didn't choose. The city sprawls below. Millions of lights. Millions of people living lives she'll never have. Behind her, she hears him enter. Footsteps. Measured. Deliberate. The door clicks shut. Locked. Always locked. He crosses the room. She doesn't turn around. She's learned not to. His reflection appears in the glass beside hers. Older. 43. Silver threading through dark hair. Eyes like winter. He places something cold around her neck. Diamonds. She watches in the reflection as he fastens the clasp. His fingers brush her skin. She doesn't flinch anymore. That took years. Beautiful, he says. His voice is soft. Almost kind. She knows better. Thank you, she whispers. Thank you what? Her throat tightens. The word tastes like ash. Like surrender. Like 15 years of forgetting who she was supposed to be. Thank you, Father. He smiles. Kisses the top of her head. Possessive. Proud. Good girl. Dinner is in 20 minutes. Wear the red dress instead. He walks away. The door opens. Closes. Locks. She touches the diamonds at her throat. Cold. Heavy. Expensive. Like everything else in this golden cage. Her reflection stares back at her. A stranger wearing her face. And she thinks, not for the first time, not for the last. How did I get here? 15 years earlier. The orphanage is burning. 7-year-old Aria doesn't understand why. She only knows the world is ending. Again, 2 weeks ago, her father died. Shot in the street on his way to work. Wrong place. Wrong time. That's what the aid workers said. But Aria heard the whispers. Heard the older children talking when they thought she wasn't listening. Her father worked for dangerous men. Her father made a mistake. Her father paid. Her mother died 3 months before that. Illness. No medicine. No money. Just waiting in a hospital bed until her body gave up. Aria held her hand at the end. Felt it go cold. Learned that death doesn't come with thunder. It comes quietly, like a door closing. Now this. The orphanage, a crumbling building in a war-torn country no one cares about, is under attack. Warlords. Militants. Aria doesn't know the difference. She only knows the sounds. Shouting. Gunfire. Explosions that shake the walls. Children screaming. Sister Maria, the old nun who runs the orphanage, herds them into the basement. 32 children. Ages 3 to 14. Aria clutches a torn storybook to her chest. The Little Prince. The only thing her mother left her. Stay quiet, Sister Maria whispers. Stay together. Pray. Aria doesn't pray. God hasn't answered any of her prayers yet. The sound gets closer. Boots on stairs. Voices rough, angry, speaking a language Aria barely understands. Sister Maria positions herself in front of the children. Small, fragile, brave. The door bursts open. 3 men. Guns. Knives. Eyes empty of mercy. Sister Maria raises her hands. Please. They're children. Just children. The first man laughs. Says something Aria doesn't understand. Raises his weapon. And then the world explodes. Not the basement. Somewhere above. The building shakes. Dust and debris rain down. The 3 men turn, shouting into radios. And then they arrive. Different men. Black tactical gear. Night vision goggles. Moving with precision that terrifies and fascinates Aria in equal measure. They neutralize the warlords in seconds. No hesitation. No mercy. Sister Maria shields the children, sobbing. One of the tactical soldiers, taller than the others, broader, moving like violence is a language he speaks fluently, surveys the basement. His gaze sweeps over the huddled children. Stops on Aria. She's pressed against the wall, half hidden behind an overturned table, still clutching her book, staring at him with eyes too old for 7, eyes that have seen too much already. He crouches down, removes his mask, dark hair, sharp features, a scar cutting through his left eyebrow. 40 years old, but looks older. Eyes that should be dead, but aren't quite. You speak English? He asks. His voice is rough, accented. Italian, though Aria doesn't know that yet. She nods slowly. What's your name? Aria. How old are you, Aria? 7. He studies her for a long moment, then extends his hand. My name is Dante. We're getting you out of here. Aria doesn't move. She's learned not to trust strangers, especially ones with guns. Please, Dante says quietly. Trust me. Another explosion. Closer this time. The ceiling cracks. Sister Maria screams. Aria takes his hand. Everything happens fast. Too fast. Dante lifts Aria like she weighs nothing. Carries her through smoke and chaos. His men escort the other children, Sister Maria stumbling behind them. Outside, the night is on fire. The orphanage is collapsing. Helicopters circle overhead, searchlights cutting through smoke. Aria buries her face in Dante's shoulder. She can feel his heartbeat. Steady, calm, like this is normal. They reach an extraction point, a clearing 100 meters from the building. 2 helicopters waiting. Dante's men load the children. Sister Maria is crying, counting heads, making sure everyone made it. Dante starts to hand Aria to one of his men. She clings to him. No. Dante pauses. You'll be safe. They're taking you somewhere better. Where? Away from here. Where are you going? A pause. That doesn't matter. Take me with you. Dante looks at her, really looks at her, and something shifts in his expression. Something Aria is too young to name, but she'll spend the next 15 years trying to understand it. Okay, he says finally. Okay. He carries her to the second helicopter. His helicopter. And just like that, Aria's life changes forever. The estate is like something from a dream. Or a nightmare. Aria can't decide which. Massive stone villa. Iron gates. Gardens that go on forever. Armed men everywhere. Not soldiers. Not like the ones from the orphanage. These men wear suits. Move differently. Their guns are hidden but present. Dante carries Aria inside. Through marble halls. Past artwork that looks important. Into a wing of the house that smells like lavender and new paint. He opens a door. The room is enormous. Bigger than the entire orphanage basement. A 4-poster bed with silk sheets. Toys still in boxes. A bookshelf waiting to be filled. Everything pink and white and perfect. This is yours, Dante says, setting her down gently. Aria stares. Mine. Yes. Why? Dante kneels to her eye level. Because you deserve something beautiful. And because you're safe now. No one will hurt you here. Aria looks around the room. At the luxury. The safety. The bars on the windows disguised as decorative ironwork. Where's Sister Maria? She asks. Being taken care of. You'll see her again if you want. Where are the other children? Safe. All of them. Why am I here and not with them? Dante's jaw tightens. For a moment, Aria thinks she's said something wrong. But then his expression softens. Because I want you here. It's not an answer, but it's all she gets. That night, Aria sleeps in a bed softer than clouds. In a room full of things she never dreamed of having. And when she wakes at 3 a.m. from a nightmare, the orphanage burning, her mother's cold hand, her father's blood in the street, Dante is sitting in a chair by her bed. Watching. Go back to sleep, he says quietly. You're safe. Aria wants to believe him. So she does. The first week is strange. Aria is given everything. Food, clothes, books, toys. A tutor arrives every morning to teach her Italian, math, history. A doctor checks her health. A woman named Lucia brings her meals and draws her baths. But there are rules, unspoken at first, then clarified when Aria tries to break them. Rule 1, stay inside. Aria tries to go outside on the 3rd day. Walks down the grand staircase, through the foyer, toward the front door. A guard steps in front of her. No, Signorina. I just want to see the garden. Not today. When? He doesn't answer. Aria tries the door anyway. Locked. She tries the windows. All locked. She finds Dante in his study. Why can't I go outside? Dante looks up from his papers. Because it's not safe yet. When will it be safe? When I say it is. Rule 2, call him father. This one confuses her. Dante introduces her to his men, his associates, the staff. This is Aria, he says. My daughter. Aria blinks. But Dante's hand settles on her shoulder. Gentle but firm. Say hello, Aria. She says hello. Later, she asks. Why did you tell them I'm your daughter? Because you are. But I'm not. My father is, she stops. Can't finish. Dante crouches to her level. Your father is gone. Your mother is gone. You have no one. Except me. But I saved you. I brought you here. I'm taking care of you. That makes me your father now. His tone is kind. His eyes are not. Aria learns to call him father. It feels wrong. But she's 7. And alone. And terrified. So she does it anyway. Rule 3. Obey without question. Aria tests this one by accident. Dante tells her to wear a specific dress to dinner. She prefers another one. Wears it instead. Dante says nothing during the meal. But afterward, he sends her to her room. Locks the door from the outside. Doesn't come back for 6 hours. When he finally opens the door, Aria is in tears. I'm sorry, she sobs. I'm sorry, I didn't mean. I know, Dante says gently. Sits beside her on the bed. Strokes her hair. But you have to listen to me, Aria. I'm keeping you safe. That means following my rules. Understand? She nods. Say it. I understand. Good girl. She learns. She always learns. Time becomes strange. Days blur into weeks. Weeks into months. Aria turns 8 in the villa. Dante throws her a party. Just the two of them. Cake. Presents. Candles. Make a wish, he says. Aria closes her eyes. I wish I could go home. But she has no home. Not anymore. Dante gives her a necklace. A small silver pendant shaped like a bird. So you remember, he says. You're free here. Safe. Aria touches the pendant. It feels like a collar. The tutors continue. Aria learns Italian fluently. Picks up French, Russian, Spanish. Dante is pleased. You're brilliant, he tells her. Smarter than anyone I've ever met. Aria doesn't feel brilliant. She feels like a doll being dressed up and taught tricks. But she performs. Because when she does, Dante smiles. And when Dante smiles, she feels less alone. She starts calling him father without being reminded. Starts seeking his approval. Starts feeling guilty when she disappoints him. She doesn't realize what's happening to her. Not yet. At night, she still has nightmares. The orphanage. The fire. Her mother's hand. And Dante is always there when she wakes. Sitting in the chair by her bed. Watching. You're safe, he says. I'm here. And she believes him. By the end of the first year, Aria has forgotten what it felt like to want to leave. On the anniversary of her arrival, Dante takes Aria to his study. Sits her down. Do you know why I brought you here? He asks. Aria shakes her head. Because I saw something in you. Something I lost a long time ago. What? Innocence. Aria doesn't understand. Dante places his hand on her head. Not rough, but not gentle either. You're mine now, Aria. My daughter. My responsibility. My purpose. She nods. Because what else can she do? That night, alone in her room, Aria stands at the window. Presses her hand against the glass. The world outside looks so far away. And she realizes, with a chill that settles in her bones. She's not a daughter. She's a possession. And she doesn't know how to escape. Aria is 12 when she first understands what Dante really is. She's lived in the villa for 5 years now. The world outside is a distant memory. She speaks 4 languages fluently, reads philosophy and literature, plays piano like a prodigy because Dante hired the best teachers. She's educated, refined, intelligent, and completely isolated. She sees no one her age, has no friends. Her only companions are tutors, staff, and Dante. Always Dante. He's still kind, still patient, still calls her his daughter. But she's starting to notice things. The men who visit the estate. The hushed conversations behind closed doors. The way people look at Dante with a mix of respect and fear. The guns. Always the guns. Father, she asks one evening. What do you do? They're having dinner. Just the two of them. Like always. Dante sets down his fork. I run a business. What kind of business? Import. Export. Investments. That's not an answer. Dante's eyes narrow slightly. Not anger. Calculation. You're getting smart. You taught me to be. I did. He leans back. Studies her. I protect people, Aria. I make sure my family is safe. That our interests are protected. Family, not blood family. The people who work for me. Who depend on me. Like the Mafia. Silence. Dante doesn't react. Doesn't confirm or deny. Just watches her. Where did you hear that word? He asks quietly. Books. News. I read. Of course you do. Another pause. Yes, Aria. Like the Mafia. She should be shocked. Afraid. But she's not. She's been living in this world for 5 years. She already knew. She just needed him to admit it. Does that scare you? Dante asks. Aria thinks about it. No. Why not? Because you protect me. Dante smiles. Yes, I do. But that night, alone in her room, Aria realizes something. She's not scared of Dante. She's scared of what he's turned her into. A girl who thinks a mafia king is her protector. A girl who has forgotten how to want freedom. Aria is 15 when the first crack appears. Dante takes her to an event. A gathering at a rival family's estate. It's time, he says. Time for you to be seen. Time for people to know who you are. Your daughter. Yes. Aria wears a dress he picked out. Expensive. Elegant. Too mature for 15. She feels like she's wearing a costume. The gathering is full of dangerous people. Men in expensive suits with cold eyes. Women dripping in jewelry, smiling with mouths full of venom. Everyone watches her. Everyone whispers. That's Marchetti's girl. Didn't know he had a daughter. Adopted. Or so he says. Beautiful. He's training her well. Aria stays close to Dante. He introduces her. She smiles. Shakes hands. Says the right things. Performs. And then she sees it. A man, one of the guests, says something to Dante. She doesn't hear what, but she sees Dante's reaction. The shift in his posture. The coldness in his eyes. Later, Aria watches from a balcony as Dante and 4 of his men escort that same guest outside. Away from the party. Into the gardens. She shouldn't follow, but she does. Stays hidden in the shadows. Watches. The man is on his knees. Begging. Dante stands over him. Says something too quiet to hear. Then nods to one of his men. Gunshot. Muffled. Silenced. But unmistakable. The man falls. Dante walks away without looking back. Aria runs. Back to her room. Locks the door. Vomits in the bathroom. Shaking. Crying. Gasping. This is what he is. This is what she's always known but never seen. A killer. Not a protector. A killer. When Dante comes to check on her later, she's in bed. Pretending to sleep. He sits in the chair by her bed. Like he always does. I know you saw, he says quietly. Aria's breath catches. He threatened you. Threatened to hurt you. To take you from me. A pause. I would burn the world before I let anyone hurt you. Aria keeps her eyes closed. Keeps her breathing even. But her mind is screaming. He killed someone for me. He thinks that's love. He thinks that's protection. What have I become? Aria is 16 when she meets Marco. He's the son of one of Dante's guards. 18. Quiet. Kind eyes. Started working at the estate a few weeks ago. They meet by accident. Aria is reading in the garden. One of the few places she's allowed now, when he walks past. Sorry, he says. Didn't mean to disturb you. Aria looks up. It's the first time in years someone her age has spoken to her. It's okay. Marco hesitates. What are you reading? She shows him. Crime and Punishment. He laughs. Heavy. I like heavy. Why? Because it makes me feel something. Marco sits down on the bench across from her. Not close. Respectful. You're Aria, right? Senior Marchetti's daughter. Yes. I'm Marco. My father is Antonio, head of security. You know him? I know everyone here. They talk for 20 minutes. About books. About nothing. About everything. It's the most normal conversation Aria has had in 9 years. When Marco leaves, Aria feels something she hasn't felt in a long time. Hope. They start talking regularly. In the garden. In the library. Anywhere they can find privacy. Marco treats her like a person. Not a princess. Not a possession. A person. Why do you stay here? He asks one day. I don't have a choice. Everyone has a choice. Aria shakes her head. Not me. Why not? Because he saved me. He gave me everything. Did he give you freedom? Aria doesn't answer. Can't answer. Dante notices. Of course he does. He notices everything. Aria is in the library when he finds her. Alone. You've been spending time with Marco. It's not a question. We just talk. About what? Books. Life. Nothing important. Dante's expression doesn't change. But Aria feels the shift. The danger. He's a good boy, Dante says. But he forgets his place. What does that mean? It means he's staff. Your family. There's a boundary. We're just friends. You don't have friends, Aria. You have me. The next day, Marco is gone. Transferred. Reassigned. Aria doesn't know where. She asks Antonio. He won't look at her. My son is fine, he says stiffly. He's working elsewhere. Don't worry about him. Aria goes to Dante. Where is he? Safe. You hurt him. I reminded him of his place. He didn't do anything wrong. He made you question me. That's wrong enough. Aria is shaking. With anger. With fear. With something new. Defiance. You can't control everyone. I can control my house. I'm not a thing you control. Yes, Dante says quietly. You are. Aria slaps him. The sound echoes in the study. Dante doesn't flinch, just looks at her. And for the first time, Aria sees something in his eyes that terrifies her. Not anger. Hurt. Go to your room, he says softly. Aria runs. She doesn't come out for 3 days. Dante sends food. She doesn't eat it. On the 3rd day, he unlocks the door. Walks in. Sits on the edge of her bed. I'm sorry, he says. Aria stares at him. He's never apologized before. I forget, he continues, that you're growing up. That you need space. I need freedom. I can't give you that. Why not? Because I'm terrified of losing you. Aria's anger falters. I'm not going anywhere. You say that now. But one day you'll want it, and I don't know how to let you go. For the first time, Aria sees him clearly. Not as a monster. Not as a father. As a broken man clinging to the one thing he thinks he can fix. Her. I'm not your redemption, she whispers. Dante looks at her. Sad. Tired. Lost. I know. That night, Aria makes a decision. She's going to leave. Not now. Not yet. But one day. And when she does, she's never coming back. She just has to figure out how to survive until then. Aria is 18 when she starts planning in earnest. 3 years since Marco disappeared. 3 years of pretending to be the perfect daughter. Obedient, grateful, compliant, all while quietly, methodically planning her escape. She's learned to hide her thoughts, to smile when Dante watches her, to play piano when he's stressed because it calms him, to be everything he wants, while secretly becoming something else. She has access to the internet now. Limited, monitored, but access. She learns about the outside world, about universities, about jobs, about life beyond these walls. She learns about trauma bonding, Stockholm Syndrome, coercive control, and she realizes she doesn't love Dante. She's been conditioned to need him. The realization is both freeing and terrifying, because if what she feels isn't real, what is she? She starts testing boundaries, small things. Asking to go to the market with Lucia. Requesting books Dante hasn't pre-approved. Spending time in parts of the estate she's never explored. Dante notices. You're restless, he observes. I'm 18. I want to see the world. The world is dangerous. You've taught me 5 languages, self-defense, and how to handle a gun. I can take care of myself. Not yet. When I'm sure you're ready. Aria knows what that means. Never. Aria finds the file by accident. She's in Dante's study, aloud now because he trusts her, looking for a book. Knocks over a stack of papers. One folder falls open. Her name on the tab. Aria Russo. She shouldn't look, but she does. Inside, photographs of a little girl. 7 years old. Dark hair. Sad eyes. Her. Documents. Her birth certificate. Her parents' death certificates. And something else. A report. Target, Victor Russo, former associate, suspected of embezzlement and betrayal. Status, terminated. Witnesses, wife, deceased by natural causes. Daughter, 7 years old. Recommendation, eliminate witness. Action taken. Subject extracted and placed under Marchetti's supervision. Aria's hands shake. She reads it again. And again. Dante killed her father. Not random violence. Not wrong place, wrong time. Execution. And he took her, not to save her, to control the last piece of her father's betrayal. She's not his daughter. She's his trophy. His proof of power. His living reminder that he always wins. Aria doesn't cry. She's past crying. She just stares at the document, at the truth of her entire life. And something inside her breaks and reforms. Harder, colder, determined. That night, at dinner, Aria asks him, "Did you kill my father?" Dante freezes, fork halfway to his mouth. He sets it down slowly. "Where did you hear that?" "I found the file." Silence. Dante wipes his mouth with his napkin, folds it carefully, sets it on the table. Yes, Aria expected it, but hearing it is different. What? "He betrayed me, stole from me, put my family at risk. So you killed him?" "Yes." "And took me?" "Yes." "What?" "Because—" Dante pauses. "Because the order was to eliminate all witnesses. You were supposed to kill me." "Yes." "Why didn't you?" Dante looks at her, really looks at her. "Because you looked at me with your mother's eyes, and I saw something I thought I destroyed in myself years ago." "What?" "A conscience." Aria laughs. "It sounds broken. A conscience. You kept me alive because of a conscience. I kept you alive because I couldn't kill a child. So you imprisoned one instead." Dante's jaw tightens. "I gave you a life. You gave me a cage. I gave you safety, education, everything. Everything except choice." Aria stands. Dante does too. They face each other across the table. "You don't love me," Aria says, voice shaking. "You never did. I'm just what? Your redemption project? Your pet? Your proof that you're not completely a monster." "That's not. I'm leaving." Silence. "No," Dante says quietly. "I'm 18. I'm an adult. You can't keep me here. You have nowhere to go. I'll figure it out. You have no money, no connections, no. I'll manage." "Aria, let me go." Dante stares at her, conflict warring in his eyes. "If I let you go," he says slowly, "you'll hate me forever." "I already hate you." "No, you think you do, but you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't be this hurt." Aria's breath catches. Because he's right, and she hates that he's right. "I can't be here anymore," she whispers. "I can't keep pretending this is normal. That you're my father. That this is love. I don't even know what love is because you made sure I never learned." Dante's expression cracks. Just for a moment. But Aria sees it. "I'm sorry," he says. The first genuine apology he's ever given. "I'm sorry I took your life. I'm sorry I made you into this. I'm sorry I loved you the only way I knew how." "That wasn't love," Aria says. "I know." Silence. "Please," Dante says, and his voice breaks. "Don't go. I have to. I'll change. I'll give you more freedom. More." It's too late. Dante sits back down, suddenly looking old, defeated. "Go," he says quietly. Aria blinks. "What?" "Go. Leave. I won't stop you. You're letting me go? If I don't, you'll hate me forever. If I do," he looks up at her, "maybe you'll remember me as something other than your jailer." Aria doesn't move. She's been planning this for years. And now that he's letting her go, she doesn't know what to do. "I'll have Antonio arrange transportation. Money. Documents. Whatever you need. I don't want your money. Take it anyway. You'll need it." Aria turns to leave. Stops. "Did you ever see me as your daughter?" "Really?" Dante looks at her. "No." "The truth." "Finally." "Then what was I to you?" Dante's voice is barely a whisper. "Everything I couldn't let myself have. Everything I didn't deserve." Aria walks away. Doesn't look back. The next morning, Aria leaves. A car. A driver. An envelope full of cash she didn't want but took anyway. And freedom. Terrifying. Exhilarating. Real. She doesn't say goodbye to Dante. Doesn't know how. As the car drives through the gates, Aria looks back once. Sees him standing at the window. Watching. She doesn't wave. Just turns forward. Toward a life that's finally hers. But even as she drives away, she can still feel the weight of the necklace at her throat. The silver bird. She reaches up, unclasps it, rolls down the window, throws it into the wind. Gone. Rome. Aria chooses Rome because it's far from the estate, but still in Italy. She doesn't know why she stays in the country. Maybe because it's all she knows. Maybe because leaving entirely feels like losing herself completely. She rents a tiny apartment in Trastevere. One room, barely furnished. The opposite of the villa. Perfect. She gets a job at a bookstore. Minimum wage. Long hours. The owner, an elderly woman named Signora Benedetti, asks no questions. Aria appreciates that. She starts therapy, finds a clinic that offers sliding scale payments, sits across from a kind-faced woman named Dr. Fontana. Tell me about your childhood. Aria doesn't know where to start, so she starts at the beginning. The orphanage, the fire, the rescue that wasn't a rescue. Dr. Fontana listens, doesn't judge, doesn't gasp or cry or look horrified, just listens. What you experienced, she says carefully, has a name. Coercive control, trauma bonding, captivity disguised as care. Aria nods. I know. I read about it. Knowing intellectually is different from processing emotionally. How do I process it? By letting yourself feel. The anger, the grief, the confusion. What if I don't want to feel it? Then you'll carry it forever. Aria starts feeling. It's harder than she thought. Some days she's angry. Rage that makes her want to break things. Other days she's sad. Grief so heavy she can't get out of bed. Other days she's numb. Empty. Dr. Fontana tells her all of it is normal. You're grieving the childhood you should have had. The person you might have been. Who am I now? That's what we're going to figure out. 3 months into freedom, Aria notices them. The same man. Different locations. Outside her apartment. Near the bookstore. At the cafe she likes. Not hiding. Just present. She knows what it is. Dante's guards. Watching. Protecting. Controlling. She confronts one. Follows him into an alley after her shift. I know who you are. The guard, young, uncomfortable, doesn't deny it. Senior Marchetti wants to ensure your safety. I don't need his protection. With respect, Signorina, you do. I want you to leave. Tell him to call them off. I can't do that. Then I will. She calls Dante that night. First time in 3 months. He answers on the first ring. Aria. His voice. She'd forgotten how it made her feel. Safe. Angry. Confused. All at once. Call them off. No. I don't need guards. You do. You just don't know it yet. Stop controlling me. I'm not controlling you. I'm protecting you. It's the same thing with you. Silence. Please, Dante says quietly. Let me do this. Let me keep you safe. I don't want anything from you. I know, but I need to do this. For me. Aria almost hangs up, but something in his voice stops her. Desperation. Real, raw desperation. Fine, she says. But they stay back. Way back. I don't want to see them. Agreed. She hangs up, stares at the phone, realizes she's shaking. She still has power over him, even in freedom, and she doesn't know how to feel about that. 6 months into freedom, everything changes. Aria is closing the bookstore late one evening. Signora Benedetti already left. It's just her and the silence. She hears the door open. We're closed. No response. She turns. 3 men. Not Dante's. She can tell immediately. Wrong energy. Wrong posture. Can I help you? The one in front smiles. Aria Russo. Or should I say Marchetti? Her blood goes cold. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. He pulls a gun. Come with us. Quietly. Or we make this messy. Aria's training kicks in. Years of self-defense. Weapons training. Situational awareness. All Dante's doing. She runs. They chase. She makes it to the back alley before they catch her. One of them grabs her. She fights. Lands a few hits. But there are 3 of them. And one of her. Something hits her head. Hard. The world spins. Goes dark. Aria wakes in darkness. Concrete floor. Metal walls. Warehouse, maybe. Her hands are zip-tied behind her back. Head pounding. Vision blurry. A man enters. Older. Expensive suit. Cold eyes. She's seen him before. In photographs at the estate. Constantine, she says. He smiles. Good. Marchetti taught you well. Constantine is Dante's rival. Has been for years. This was inevitable. What do you want? Your father's cooperation. He's not my father. He thinks he is. That's what matters. He won't negotiate with you. Oh, I think he will. For you. Aria laughs. It sounds broken. You don't understand. He let me go. I left. He doesn't care about me anymore. Doesn't he? Constantine pulls out a phone. Shows her a photo. Taken yesterday. Her walking to work. And 3 of Dante's guards. Closed but hidden. He has 6 men watching you at all times. Rotations every 8 hours. They follow you everywhere. Constantine leans close. If you didn't care, you'd be unprotected. But you're not, which means you're valuable. Aria's throat tightens. Because he's right. Dante never let go. He'll come for you, Constantine says. And when he does, I'll kill him. And you. Aria closes her eyes. Realizes she's going to die in a warehouse because Dante Moretti couldn't let her go. But then, gunfire, shouting, chaos. Constantine runs. The door explodes open. And Dante is there, not sending his men. Here, himself, covered in blood that isn't his. Gun in hand, eyes wild. He sees her, crosses the room in 3 strides. Cuts her zip ties. Are you hurt? Aria can't speak, can only stare. He cups her face. Aria, are you hurt? No. Good. We're leaving. Now. He lifts her, carries her through the warehouse. Past bodies, past destruction, to a car waiting outside. His men are there. Antonio, others she recognizes. Clear? Dante asks. Clear, boss. He puts Aria in the car, climbs in beside her. The car speeds away. Aria is shaking. From shock, from fear, from something else she can't name. Dante wraps a jacket around her. His jacket. You're safe. You killed them. Yes. All of them. All of them. Aria should be horrified, but she's not. She's relieved, and that terrifies her. I told you I don't need your protection, and I told you that you do. I'll have to get away from this. From you. From all of this. I know, but you couldn't let me go. No. Aria looks at him. Why? Dante meets her gaze. Because I'm a selfish man, and you're the only thing I've ever loved. And I would rather burn the world than lose you. It's not healthy. It's not right. It's not what she wants to hear. But it's the truth. Dante takes Aria to a safe house. Not the estate. Somewhere neutral. A doctor checks her injuries. Minor. Bruises. Concussion. She'll be fine. Dante sits with her afterward. Silent. Just present. I'm not coming back, Aria says. I know. I'm not yours. I know that too. Then why are you here? Dante looks at her. Tired. Broken. Human. Because even though I know I should let you go, I can't. Not completely. So I'll do the only thing I can. I'll keep you safe from a distance. And hope that one day, you'll understand. Understand what? That I loved you the only way a monster knows how. Aria's eyes fill with tears. That's not love. I know. She reaches out. Takes his hand. First time she's initiated contact in years. I don't forgive you. I don't expect you to. But I don't hate you either. I don't know what I feel. That's okay. They sit in silence. 2 broken people, trying to figure out if healing is even possible. Aria is 24 when she makes the choice. She's been free for 2 years now, living her own life. Working, learning, growing. Therapy twice a week. Making friends, real friends. Dating casually. Discovering who she is outside of Dante's shadow. She hasn't seen him in 18 months. But they talk. Once a month. Brief phone calls. He asks how she is. She gives minimal answers. He doesn't push. It's the healthiest their relationship has ever been. Which is sad. And says everything. Dr. Fontana asks her in a session. Do you want him in your life? Aria pauses. I don't know. What would you need from him to consider it? Proof that he's changed. That he's not just doing this for me. That he's doing it for himself. Do you think that's possible? No. But then, a package arrives at Aria's apartment. No return address. She opens it carefully. Inside, photographs. The orphanage where Aria was taken from. Rebuilt. Modern. Safe. Children playing. Learning. Smiling. And a letter from the director. Thanking an anonymous donor who funded the entire reconstruction. Who provides ongoing support for all the children. Who visits regularly to make sure they're cared for. Aria knows. She knows it's Dante. At the bottom of the package, a note. In his handwriting. I can't give you back your childhood, but I can make sure other children don't lose theirs. No expectation. No strings. Just trying to become someone better. D. Aria stares at the note. At the photographs. And something shifts in her chest. She writes back. One word. What? His response comes 3 days later. Because you deserve to be saved. Not taken. and I can't change what I did, but I can make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else. Aria cries, not from sadness, from something that might be hope. Aria asks to meet. Dante agrees immediately. They meet in Florence. Neutral ground, a cafe overlooking the Arno River. Aria arrives first, orders coffee, waits. When Dante walks in, she barely recognizes him. He's aged, gray at the temples, lines deeper around his eyes. But there's something different, a softness, a weariness. He sits across from her. Thank you for agreeing to see me. I wasn't sure I would. What changed your mind? The orphanage. Dante nods slowly. I visit every few months. Make sure they have what they need. Why? Because I destroyed a child's life once. I can't undo that, but I could try to protect other children. Aria studies him. Are you doing this for me? Or for you? Both. But mostly for me. Why? Because I need to believe I'm more than what I was. What I did to you? Silence. I've been in therapy, Dante says quietly. Court ordered it first. Then, because I needed it. Court ordered. I'm stepping back from the family. Slowly. My nephew is taking over most operations. I'm retiring. Aria blinks. You're leaving the Mafia? Not completely. That's not how it works. But I'm not leading anymore. I'm trying to extract myself. Why? Because you were right. The life I built, the man I became, it destroyed everything I touched, including you. Aria's throat tightens. I spent 15 years raising you, Dante continues. Teaching you, shaping you. And the first thing you did when you were free was run. That told me everything I needed to know, which was that I failed, not as a criminal, as a human being. Aria doesn't know what to say. I'm not asking you to forgive me, Dante says. I'm not asking for anything. I just wanted you to know that I heard you. I'm trying to change. For me, for myself. But you're the reason I wanted to try. They sit in silence, watching the river. I don't know if I can have you in my life, Aria says finally. I understand, but I don't know if I can cut you out completely either. What does that mean? It means I need time, space, to figure out what I want, what I can handle. Dante nods. Take all the time you need. Aria stands to leave, pauses. Thank you. For the orphanage. For trying. Dante looks up at her. Thank you for not hating me. I don't know what I feel, but it's not hate. That's more than I deserve. Aria walks away, but this time she looks back, and Dante is still there, watching, not following, just there. They meet again, and again, once a month, then twice. Coffee, walks, conversations. They talk about small things. Books, weather, life. Never about the past. Not yet. But slowly, Aria starts to see him. Not as her captor. Not as her father. As a man. Broken. Trying. Imperfect. I'm writing a book, she tells him one day. About what? My story. About captivity. About healing. Are you going to name me? No. I'm changing everything. But people will know. Dante nods. Good. They should. You're not angry. Why would I be? It's your story. Tell it. Aria searches his face for manipulation. Finds none. Just acceptance. Can I ask you something? She says. Anything. Did you ever love me? Really? Dante takes a long time to answer. I don't know if I know what love is. I thought I loved you. But what I felt was ownership. Control. Need. That's not love. What is love then? Letting you go, even though it kills me. Aria's eyes fill with tears. That's the most honest thing you've ever said to me. Constantine resurfaces. Survived the warehouse. Been planning revenge. Aria gets a message. A photo of her apartment. Caption. Tell Marchetti I'm coming for what's his. She calls Dante immediately. He's threatening me again. I know. I have people on it. I don't want your protection. I know. But you're going to get it anyway. Dante. No. You can hate me. You can push me away. But I will not let him hurt you. Aria wants to argue. But she's scared. And Dante is the only person who can keep her safe. What are you going to do? Why should I have done the first time? End this permanently. You're going to kill him. Yes. Aria should protest. Should tell him violence isn't the answer. But she knows Constantine won't stop. Knows this is the only language that world understands. Be careful. Dante pauses. Why do you care? I don't know. But I do. That night, Dante handles it. Aria doesn't ask for details. doesn't want to know. But the next day, Constantine is gone, and Aria is safe. Aria sits in Dr. Fontana's office. He killed for me again. What does that make you feel? Grateful, angry, confused. Why confused? Because I don't want to need him. But when I was scared, he was the first person I called. Dr. Fontana leans forward. Aria, you spent 2 years learning who you are outside of him. You've grown, healed, but that doesn't mean he's not still a part of your story. I don't want him to be, but he is. The question isn't whether he's part of your story. It's what role you let him play going forward. Aria thinks about it. I don't know if I can love him. You don't have to, but you can choose to have him in your life. On your terms. What if I make the wrong choice? Then you make a different one. Aria calls Dante. Can we meet? Of course. When? Tomorrow. Same cafe. They meet. Dante looks nervous. It's the first time she's seen him nervous in years. I've been thinking, Aria says, about us. What this is. What it could be. Dante waits. I don't forgive you, Aria says. I don't know if I ever will. I understand, but I don't want you out of my life completely. Dante's breath catches. What are you saying? I'm saying, I want to try. Not what we had. Not father and daughter. But something new. Something honest. What does that look like? I don't know. But we figure out together. With boundaries. With honesty. With me in control. I'll agree to anything. Then agree to this. You don't protect me unless I ask. You don't control me. You don't make decisions for me. Ever. Agreed. And if you break that, I'm gone. Forever. I understand. Do you? Because I need you to understand. I'm not yours. I'm mine. And if we do this, it's because I choose it. Not because you took me. Not because I'm broken. Because I want to see if something real can exist after everything. Dante's eyes fill with tears. I don't deserve that choice. No, but I deserve to make it. They sit in silence. And slowly, Dante extends his hand across the table. Not to take, to offer. Aria looks at it. At him. At the possibility of something neither of them can name. And she takes his hand. 2 years later, Aria's book is published. Caged, a memoir of captivity and choice. It becomes a bestseller. She does interviews, talks about trauma bonding, about healing, never names Dante, but people figure it out. Dante reads it, calls her after. Thank you. For what? For telling the truth, even when it destroyed me. Did it? Yes, but I needed to be destroyed, to build something better. They still meet regularly. Once a week now, sometimes twice. They talk about everything. The past, the present, the future. Aria introduces him to her life. Her friends. Her work. He's awkward but trying. Is he your father? One friend asks. Aria pauses. It's complicated. Ow. He raised me. But not the way a father should. We're rebuilding. It's the best answer she has. They're at the orphanage in Eastern Europe. The one Dante funded. Aria visits regularly now. Volunteers. Teaches. They watch children play. Laughing. Free. Safe. Do you ever regret it? Dante asks. Letting me back in your life? Aria thinks about it. Some days. But I regret more what I'd miss if I didn't. Which is seeing you try. Seeing you become something other than what you were. Do you think I've succeeded? I think you're trying. That's more than most people do. A little girl, 7 years old, dark hair, approaches them. Miss Aria, will you read to us? Aria smiles. Of course. The girl looks at Dante. Is he your papa? Aria glances at Dante. He looks at her, waiting for her answer. He's someone who's learning to be better. The girl doesn't understand, but she accepts it, runs off to join the others. Dante turns to Aria. Is that what I am to you? I don't know what you are to me, but you're not my father. You're not my captor. You're just Dante, and I'm figuring out what that means. Can you ever love me? I don't know, but I'm trying to figure out if what I feel is real, or just wiring. And if it's just wiring, then I'll tell you, and we'll figure out what comes next. Dante nods. That's fair. They sit in silence, watching the children, watching the future they're both trying to build. They say he raised me, but I'm raising myself now. Raising myself from the ashes of what he made me. And maybe, just maybe, I'm helping him rise too. Not as father and daughter, not as captor and captive, but as two people learning what it means to choose each other. Every single day, That's not redemption. It's not forgiveness. It's just a choice. And choice is the only thing that's ever truly mine. The end.